Yeah, sure. I'm General Marty Dempsey, Army General of nearly 38 years, and my current role is as the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. When you get to West Point, and I assume it's the same at the other service academies, you know, they bus you around. They finally introduce you to some upperclassman who's been trained to intimidate you. And as I walked up to him and spouted the words I'd been told to spout upon meeting him, he was the man. They called him in the red sash, these upper-class cadets in red sashes. I said, "I'm new cadet Dempsey, reporting." And he said, "Dempsey, you probably had a great high school career, didn't you?" I said, "Yes, sir, pretty good." He said, "Well, you're not going to make it here." And I thought to and then mind you, I had said to my mother when she was tearfully asking me to try it, I said, "Okay, I'll try it for the summer, and then I'm out of there." This young cadet said to me, "You're not going to make it." And I thought, "Yes, I am." And they had me. They just completely overwhelmed me psychologically. And so, and of course, West Point builds on that sense of service. And, you know, you always have to be better than you are, not for yourself, but for your country. As I was notified to go take 1st Armored Division in Baghdad in 2003. So I was notified in honor about March. And I was supposed to be in, maybe a little earlier than that, but I was supposed to take the division in Germany. Well, in the intervening months, the division deployed to Baghdad, so now the division is on the way to Baghdad. And I'm now going to join them in Baghdad. So I went to pay my respects to Crown Prince Abdullah before I departed. And I said to him, you know, Your Royal Highness, I'm getting ready to go up to Baghdad. Do you have any advice for me? And I told him what I was going to do. And he said, "Yeah, be careful you don't alter the face of Islam." And so I nodded knowingly, wrote it down, had no idea what he was talking. Now, mind you, I'd been living in this country for 2 years. What I didn't realize, though, was the degree to which I had been exposed to the Sunni sect or confessional of Islam, but I had no appreciation, no understanding, really not even any awareness that there was this other sect. I mean, I knew that Shia Islam existed, but I mean, we had no contact with them in Saudi Arabia. And so when I got to Baghdad and began to understand the competition at best and the conflict at worst between those sects of Islam, I then, you know, that was a moment where I think I began to develop an even deeper appreciation of some of the issues that we face in that part of the world. But I couldn't have come to that moment without the experience of Saudi Arabia. I've stolen, unashamedly, a quotation that I heard from Jack Welch, the guy who ran GE. And he used to say, when asked the same question, you know, how do you possibly make all the decisions you have to make and parse all the information you have to parse? He said, you know, I only make the decisions that only I can make. So if you think about that, there's a couple of things that work in that quotation. So it's about prioritizing that which you are going to deal with personally. And here's the important part. And then having enough trust in your subordinates that they can manage the rest and that they'll have enough judgment to pass you the information you need for your decisions, but only for your decisions. So I tell my folks, you know, I don't need a lot of information briefings. I need you to bring me the things that I need to know to make the handful of decisions that really do rise.